Okay, I think recording has started and we can see your screen and presentation slides.
Uh, Hi, yeah, I was in the mute actually. Hi everyone, my name is Vijay Mamilla. I have a close to 20 years of IT industry experience. I've been in the industry for many years. Last few years, I've been focusing on machine learning and data science related projects. Currently, I'm based out of New York. Uh, Today, I'm going to present on the uh, presentation as well as a demo on the Scrappy framework. Basically, we are going to use this framework to scrap the data on the websites. Okay. What I will do is first I'm going to give very high level picture. Then I will go with some small demo so that you guys can do practical. Okay. Uh, what is a Scrappy, right? Scrappy is a framework. You can think like a framework means it comes all the features. What is the major difference between library and framework? Library is you have a utility and then you install it and then you need to write like, for example, you want to log something or you want to send an email alert to something, right? You want to do some kind of a throttling or anything like that, you have to do manual processing. I'm talking in the context of the scrapping the web application, right? Normal problems what people face is when you scrap it, right? They face many problems, right? It can be throttle or it can time out, it can be many things, right? If something happen, you need to email alerts and all the stuff. If you don't have framework, what you have to do is you have to write your own code or you have to integrate with third-party libraries to make it work, everything, right? If you use a Scrappy, you don't have to do anything, right? You need to write very minimal code and then you need to do a few configurations, right? If you understand the configuration, you can able to do everything, right? That is a major focus for this Scrappy framework. The Scrappy is very quick to develop. It is not like a lot of work. If you know little bit Python framework, you can able to do. Another important thing here is, right, any kind of a scrapping or anything like that you want to do, right, first you have to go to the website and right, that is called crawling, right, navigating into the website, right. They use a different kind of a breadth first and depth first frameworks. They use it. What that means is it comes horizontal or down the direction. That's the way the architecture works. It is just like a tree. You think like a tree, the navigation will be depth first search or breadth first search. Okay, that's where it designs, right? Now those kind of things are hidden for us. We don't have to worry about anything, how it navigates and everything, right? We just need to configure those websites and what need to be there, right? The next important thing is what is the content you are looking for, right? In order to look the content, you have to use Chrome browser or pretty much that is easy to do. Use the inspect and then you can identify the where the content is located. There is a two kind of selectors are available. One is XPath, other one is CSS. Based on that, you can able to scrap the data. That is a very high level picture. Okay. Next is what are the features are there, right? One is a scrapping. You can do command line. It called a shell and then XPath and CSS selector. Those are the things is there, right? Main important component in the Scrappy framework is a spider. Spider is the one is a Python code you write it, right? Then you have a classes. For example, you are scrapping a data, right? The property will be one is house price, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, is it apartment or is it house, right, location, all those stuff, right, each individual feature you can define as a class. That class you can keep inside the items. Basically you can extend and other things. Item loader is another component. What happens is you retrieve the data price, right, you get, like, for example, symbol, euro symbol or a dollar symbol, right? All those things you can apply a function and then extract it. You will write inside the loader few simple functions, and then you can able to do few things and then can be done, right? Item pipeline and all the stuff, right? We don't have to worry. For now, we will only focus on these two items, spider and items. Remaining all our configuration, and then we don't have to worry for this current project. We will minimize it, and then remaining we will take care as we go along, right? For now, as initial stage, we only write the spider, and then whatever the properties you are doing, we define a simple item as a class, and then we reuse it, and then boom, done, right? Then these are the services are available. This also we don't have to worry. These are like a more configurable thing, right? But at the high level, I want to explain is what is the benefits, right? Why I had to use a Scrappy framework. It is asynchronous callback mechanism. What that means is you define a function or basically you can think like, you can define as many functions you want. The function we call a callback, right? You call the things and then it executes and then done the process for you. You don't have to do, right? It can done the parallel processing. For example, you have 5 websites or 10 websites, right? It can executes in the parallelly and then do the stuff asynchronously. You don't have to wait, right? You execute one website and then wait for another website. Not like that. It can take care of all the stuff. Lot of configuration involved, but very high level, what is the benefit is it does all the asynchronously, and then it does a parallel processing, and then it is very efficient. That is what we have to understand very high level, right? Basically error handling and all the stuff is very plug and play kind of stuff, right? Those are very high level picture. If you go to the architecture, right, how the architecture works is you write a spider is a Python program. That's what the developer does. Once you write the spider program, then what happens is you want to call the website, right? You put a website URL. Then what it does is internally it sends to the components. Then that components internally it will go to the websites, means basically public internet, and then grab the information, gives the response back, right? Prior to that, it has built-in schedulers, and then it does all the magic for us. We don't have to worry. When you write the spider, it comes to the Scrappy engine. Internally, basically it is a parallel. Internally it comes to scheduler knows that if you have 100 process, right, it knows that which one to schedule and all the stuff, right? The scheduler internally schedule for your request because it is all asynchronous process. Then it send the request to the downloader internally downloads your website, and then it gives the request for the spider has the request information. Then you are going to tell that, okay, give me this content in this specific location and all the stuff. It gives the information, and then pretty much does. It is very high level picture. It is just like you can think like a sequence diagram, right? You go here, 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 and then you are getting information. This is very high level picture. As a developer perspective, we just look at the topper, the spider. That's the only thing we focus on, right? Now the next one is selectors. I already mentioned about the XPath as well as CSS, and the internally it uses the XML library to do all the Scrappy selector. Basically, there is one of the library called XML. LXML library is available if you are using Beautiful Soap or anything like that. You need to configure HTML parser or LXML parser. You instead of that, already Scrappy library built in for us, right? That is one of the advantage for us. Now the thing here is how the product works, right? That is the basic important things. I already explained about what are the major components. We are only focusing on the spider and the item, and then I'm going to explain about the installation. before going live, right? I'm going to show in the presentation so that when you are doing, you will get a clear picture, right? You can use the Visual Studio or you can use a PyCharm, right? PyCharm is easy for you, right? You can immediately can create a virtual stuff and then, virtual environment, you can say, and then you can able to install your software on that specific space, and then so that it doesn't interfere with other. That's one of the thing you have to do, right? The commands to install the software is a pip install Scrappy. Then if you want to create a project, you just run it. uh, what it does is here I gave the project name is tutorial. I went to the website and then that's what they're using. uh, Now once it run that second command, what it does is it create a structure for you, right? On the top one is a tutorial, there is a configuration. We don't have to worry about all this configuration, right? There is item. Here we define a class, item class, what are the properties and all the stuff. This file we will update it. Oh, sorry. And then inside the Spider, we need to write one Python program, right? Each website we can have one Spider program, and then that's it. As a developer, you write one Python and then you write one class. This class will be universal eventually. For initially, when you are starting, right, you write one class. I will show you the example. Then, you might have curiosity how the Spider looks like, right? The Spider Python program looks like this. This is the only thing you write it, right? This is one of the way to write it, but there is alternative way. I will show it. You don't have to write this function itself, start request. You just put start URL, and then you can define all these URLs. That's it. By default, what it does is it calls a parse function. Parse function, what it does is it will go to the web, whatever the website you put it here, the first website in this one. First, it will go to that website and then it gets the response back. Then it, whatever you put it here, it executes for you. Okay. Don't worry about that. You might not understanding anything, but this is simple Python Spider program. Okay. Another way of doing here is this is a website. Anybody wants to understand what it is, right? This is the documents. I'll start from here. When you open the Scrappy website, this is a website, right? There is a lot of information is there, but click on the tutorials. Here it will give clear picture. I'm not inventing any wheel or anything. It is pretty much is available. Is here the command, right? Scrappy start project tutorial, right? This link I provided as a part of, here in the resources, but I'm showing, how to navigate the website, right? Once you create it, it creates a complete structure for you. This is one of the sample they gave it. This is a one way of writing the Spider. There is another way of doing is, this is an easy way of doing. You don't need to write this function. This function, you just write this way. Simply you define it. You can define as many websites you want, doesn't matter. It can be 10, 20, 100 website, right? Any websites, right? There might be throttling and other configurations will be there, but the high level, you can put as many you want. And then by default, it calls a parser. You can write your own function and then, you can do callbacks and other things I will show when I'm explaining. But this is what you write the program. That's it. And then now, the next question is, how do you know that, how to execute, right? You write one command. Here I put it, Scrappy, your crawl name, and then do it, right? What is this quote is? You just give the name. The class name can be anything. You can give code spider, or you can give a test spider, or you can give anything. The only thing is based on the name, that name should appear here. That's the only requirement. You can give the name and then based on the name, it executes. If you want to write to the file, you just write minus small o. Small o means it appends the information. You can give a test.csv, or you can give a JSON, it can be XML, everything will take care for you. You don't have to worry, right? When you are testing purpose. But as a framework, it has ability to write to the file, it can write to the database, it can do, right? Those are configuration. You don't have to worry for now, right? You need to worry about this writing this spider program, and then there is another class that what are the properties you are retrieving, right? Now the next step is I'm going to start the steps to install, and then start. The thing is, if everybody is ready to open PyCharm or whatever the editor you guys are comfortable, I'll start with the PyCharm. I'll go with a little slow so that you guys can do it along with me, right? This is a PyCharm project. If you guys want few minutes, let me know. I'm opening it. If you just give any name. I'm giving a test project. First. I gave this. What I'm doing is I'm creating a virtual environment. You can give any name. You can give anything here, like a name is VG or whatever, right? But this is a standard you give. You click create. I'm opening in the new window. It created a project for you, right? It is just like a Python project. We don't care about this default file. This is what you see, right? I will wait if you guys are creating a project. I'll give another 2 minutes. Let me know if you guys are opened the PyCharm and created a virtual project, virtual environment.
Vijay, just a minute, please.
Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, sure.
Vijay, can I add something? Yeah, so I just want to say that if anyone working on Visual Studio Code, just make a virtual environment, and the process will be same, which Vijay going to show us. So that's it.
Okay, if we want to do Visual VS Code, you have to do this way. You have to create a Python -m pnt, and then you can give any name, but this is a standard. Then there is a script underneath the virtual environment called activate. You need to run this command. That's what it does. These are the two commands you have to do, right? Once you open it, and then what it does is under PyCharm virtual environment, under lib somewhere, lib or then yeah, this function you need to call activation. If you are in the I don't know which environment, if it is a bash file, but you run that command, you need to activate, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, what it does is once you activate, you get like this VN like this. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, if you want
yeah,
me to
okay.
repeat again, I will repeat again. Okay, anybody is using VS Code?
I actually want to say something as well. If
Sure.
anyone actually don't want to active virtual environment, and if you are actually comfortable working with Scrappy in your default environment, like on your machine, so that is fine as well. So whenever we'll install Scrappy, it will install in your default Python environment. So you don't have to worry if you can't actually create virtual environment. So just follow what Vijay is doing.
Okay, now tell me if anybody is doing live how many people are doing live. PyCharm or any editor is opened.
Sir, I would like to suggest something. So since anyways we are recording this meeting,
Okay.
so in the interest of time, so if
Okay, I will just go quickly.
just
Okay.
if you can just do a demo, and then if anyone has any doubts, our channel is there, and then
Sure.
our
Okay. Now what I will do is the next step is a pip install Scrappy. That's it. It install the software for you. And then next is, I think it is Python. Paste, and then you just create it, start the project, and then it created a project. Okay. If you see here, it created a folder called tutorial, spider, and then all these things are there. If I click items, there is a thing is it is just a class. We don't have to worry for now, but this is what where we define all the properties. For example, if you want to define a location, you just define like this, you remove the pass, and then for example, you want to define for example, price. You can define a price, boom. That's all we do. For now, this is what happens, right? We ran two commands. One is a start project. The first command is pip install Scrappy, and then boom, right? That's it, it does. Now what I will do is I will go and write one sample Scrappy, and then you get a clear idea, right? Okay, I'm closing this one. I'll take one website. Okay. Okay, this is a website I was scrapping. Here, if you look here, right, what we want here is here the price and so many other details are there. But when I click here, I get pretty much, more details like what is the type, purpose, reference number, completion, last updated. And then if you also look number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, square feet, location, price, right? All those things. This is a currency. Now let me write. If I look here, I will just, whenever you want to scrap anything, you have to do Chrome browser, you have to click on the inspect, right? When you inspect, you need to just move like this, right? It came here, but what I will do is I'll just move here, right? Okay, only 10 minutes is there. What I will do is I'll quickly do. Okay. Now, if you look here, right, you got the URL. This is when I click on the detail, it goes to this URL. That is what happening, right? Now we don't want to worry about the details now. For now, what I'm trying to explain is the scrapping, right? How do I know that, okay, this is the information I needed to get all the details in the detail page, right? How I will get it is, you have article, you have a div, you have a A, right? You can go one way is, you can start XPath way. You can give like, div, UL, all those stuff, right? Or you can use based on the class, you can able to retrieve it. That's where it identifies, okay? I will repeat again. You can use XPath or you can use CSS. What I did, whenever you want something, you want to grab this one, you just, you right click, click on inspect, you get an idea where it is located, and then that's it. Then based on the class, you can retrieve it, or based on the XPath location, right? But when you are coming, right, what are the tags are there? Li tag is there, article is there, then div tag is there, then a tag is there. Based on that, you can navigate. What I'm interested is I want this URL because I want to get all the details in the detail page, right? How this website is structured here is, this is a website, and then these are the each individual house, and then but they are not providing anything on the main page. Once you click on the detail, then only they are providing all the details that what is the description, everything, like is it apartment or how many bedrooms and all those stuff. In order to do that, if you notice, right, if you notice here 8 crores, right, inspect, this is a href. They didn't give complete URL, they only given this one, right? When you click on the detail, this is the URL you need to be there. That's where it navigates. If you click here, that's where we try to do it. Okay. What I will explain next step here is, due to the time, it can disconnect anytime, but I will just go quickly, right?
Sir, I have a backup meeting ID. So once this ends, I'll put it in the channel.
Okay, sure. You want me to, okay, whatever it
No, we can
records,
continue.
continue, right? Okay, this is the one of the spider. Okay, I checked in this code in the GitHub, and then you guys can take a look and then get an understanding, right? Now what happens is when you run the command, it comes based on the name. You give a spider crawl. If you give this name, what it does is it comes here and then executes this function. What it does is it takes one URL. You can put as many URLs you want. First URL, it gets a response from the website. Call this parse operation. Once response is available, what response is available means you got the website, right? Inside the website, what you are doing is you are looking at CSS, and then you are also looking. I'll do parallelly. Okay. In the website, I'm going this tag. After this tag, next tag is this one. We are giving a space. Then next tag is a div tag. After tag is a tag, right? A means anchor tag. Now I'm putting a class, right? This is the thing. Internally, what happens is the Scrappy develops a XPath location for you, right? Then what I'm interested is I'm interested for href value. I'm calling this one. I'm calling get all. What that means is, assuming that you are in the main page, you get all the links, all the detail page links in one shot, right? Now what I'm doing here is, this is the URL. I'm appending that whatever the text I got it. I build the list, right? Now once I get the list, then what I'm doing is I'm going into the detail page, right? I'm calling another function. This function, what it does is same operation. I have a list of the same like this list of the URLs. Each URL, it goes to the website and then it gets the information. Response is nothing but you got a website, and then it parts the information and then it's stored into the item. You might notice what is the yield means. Yield is nothing but what you called waiting until it completes everything. That is the important thing you have to understand. Okay. For now, if you understand up to here, right, then I will explain you in the pictorially what is doing, right? You might be confused what are the things going on. For now, just ignore these lines. Only think like these are the lines it is doing, right? The first line is getting all the these are the main page. All this main page, whatever the detail links it is grabbing, That is what doing the first one. The second one, what is doing here is, it is calling all individual. First, we are storing all the URLs. Then the next step is we are calling all the detail page, right? Once you call the detail page, then it is grabbing the detail information. And then we are storing in the object. It all provided by framework. I will explain you the next Zoom once it disconnects. For now, I will stop here. I think I will stop recording here.
Yeah, sure, sir. Does anyone has any